On our last video, I explained how and why I bought the Mazda CX-30. Today I'll be sharing how I traded off my CX-30 for the Tiggo 4 Pro, and I'll give you my ownership review of this car. I've already done a review of the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. You can check out that video by clicking on this pop-up banner or following the link in the description. It will take you straight to that video. So without further ado, welcome to Cars 24 and welcome to this video. After I've made my decision that I wanted a new car, my task now was to find a buyer, and I started by contacting Mazda where I bought the CX-30. What usually happens is you bring your car for evaluation and they will check if everything is working properly, check if the car is still under warranty and have a maintenance and service plan. And once the evaluation is complete, they will give you an offer or a quote for your car. If your car is under finance, there's something called a settlement value, which is the amount you owe to the bank if you decide to settle your car loan at that point. We all know that all cars depreciate. The minute you drive your car, it loses value. And during the first 2 years of your car repayment, most of your monthly installment goes to paying back the interest to your bank. So it is advisable to consider selling your car at least in your third year, because this is where your settlement value equals the actual value of your car. And at this point, you are likely to have a small shortfall or no shortfall at all. So Mazda offered me $400,000 for my car. And that was a ridiculous offer because my settlement at that time was around $440,000 and my shortfall would have been around $40,000. If I didn't get the $35,000 discount, my shortfall would have been around $75,000 or even worse. And that's quite a lot of money. I obviously refused the offer, and they even tried to offer me the Mazda 2 individual. This car is priced for around $350,000, and at this price you can get the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, which is a more practical car with the latest technology. This offer didn't make sense to me. I did test drive the car, but I didn't like it at all. Just an unreasonably expensive car that doesn't offer much for your money. When I checked the second-hand markets, the CX-30 Dynamic with around 6,000 kilometers on the clock was going for around $470,000. So if I sold the car for $400,000, they get a $70,000 profit for selling it. I decided to walk away with my car and look for better offers. Now, one thing you should never do when selling your car is to accept the first offer they give you. It's most often the most ridiculous one, and be prepared to walk away. If you're trading in your car, you need to first ask what they are willing to pay for your car before you give them your settlement value. Because once they know how much your settlement value is, they are going to structure their offer in such a way that you end up having a shortfall. So you need to be smart. I visited many dealerships including Haval and Hyundai, and no one other than Chery gave me the best service. Shout out to them. They evaluated my car and were willing to settle everything just like I wanted. I did a test drive of the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro from 3 different dealerships, and I absolutely loved it. From here on in, everything was simple. I've had this car since August, and I don't miss the CX-30. The Tiggo 4 Pro is offered in 4 derivatives. There's a base model Urban, a Comfort, and higher spec models are the Elite and the Elite SE. With these derivatives, there are no boxes to tick. Everything is included in the price, which I think is one of the advantages Chinese cars have over the German cars, as far as the consumer side is concerned. What I'm driving is the Elite model, which is just below the top of the range Elite SE. Under the bonnet, it has a 1.5-litre turbocharged petrol engine that produces 108 kilowatts of power and 210 Nm of torque. Although this car looks like an off-roader, looks can be deceiving. Power is only sent to the front wheels. This car has enough power to overtake, and when you put your foot on the gas, it does respond well. This engine is mated to a CVT gearbox, and I can tell you one thing, it is very smooth. You would hardly hear it changing gears. The engine and the gearbox are one of the best things about this car, and they work well together as a team. I love it. But not so with regards to fuel consumption. I'm averaging around 9 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's not very kind. The best fuel consumption rates I've seen with this car is 8.5 liters to 100 kilometers. My friend drives an Elite manual, and the best fuel consumption rate he has reported is 7.4 liters to 100 kilometers. But I won't drive a manual because of this. Sorry, life is too short to be changing gears. This car is very smooth on the road. It almost feels like it's designed for comfort, unlike the CX-30, which has a stiffened suspension. This one is the actual opposite, a good car for long distance driving. Because this has a CVT, it makes life easy, especially in traffic and around town. On the freeway, it is very smooth. I just put it on cruise control and let it do its thing. I love it. Inside the cabin, when cruising on highway speed, you could hear a little bit of wind noise and tire noise, which I think is something for Chery to improve upon in future models. But you do have this 10.25-inch infotainment screen, which is compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also have 6 speakers, which solve the wind noise and tire noise issue for you. You have voice control option, which I don't usually use that much, unless I'm phone com. And to be fair to it, it does respond well. Open sunroof.
Got it. It's opening.
Close the sunroof.
Okay, I'll close the sunroof.
The design of this cabin is good. It's modern. I love it. Quality-wise, there's a bit of Chinese there and there, but overall, it's very good. You have soft touch material on the door and the dashboard. I love these artificial leather seats. They are very comfortable and electric as well, but only the driver's side. The sunroof option is only available on the Elite models. Space at the back is modern enough. I did a trip from Durban to Lund a couple of months ago, which is about 200 kilometers away from Durban, and I had 3 people at the back seats. They were very comfortable. Now the boot space. This boot is modern enough to fit you and your partner's luggages. It is very practical. There are many potholes in KZN, so you'll need this spare wheel. The exterior design of the Tiggo 4 Pro is really polarizing. I'm not a fan of this headlight cover, Nasi Kokorosh. This car is riding on 17-inch alloy wheels and has red brake calipers. This differentiates this car from its manual variant. In summary, the front end is a 3/5. Side profile is a 5/5, I like it. And the back, I'll just give it a 4/5. One of the concerns most people have about these new brands is with regard to reliability. And Chery have tried to make people believe in the brand by offering first-time owners a 10-year or 1 million kilometer engine warranty, which means they are really backing their engine. And they've built numerous dealerships around the country. For example, in my area, I have one in town, one in Pinetown, and one in Mhlanga. This is your conscience because should anything happen to your vehicle, you are protected by warranty and there are dealerships available to help you. I haven't had this car for long, but for the time being I've had it, I'm happy to report it hasn't given me any problem at all. And maybe after a year or two, I'll give you guys an update. I don't know why, but I do believe in these Chinese brands. I think they are offering more value for your money if you compare them to their German rivals. Yes, quality is not up to the standard of the Germans, but it has to put any complaints about these cars. The Chery Tiggo 4 Pro comes with a warranty, maintenance and service plan as standard. It has a 5-year or 150,000 km warranty and a 5-year or 60,000 km service plan. The first service is at 5,000 km, which I've already done. The next one is at 15,000 km, then 30,000 km, 45,000 km, and then the last one is at 60,000 km. After that, you're on your own. I bought this car for around 375,000, license and registration, smash and grab and delivery fee included in the price. At the time when I bought it, my monthly installment was around 6,810 Rand, and now it's sitting at around 745 Rand without a balloon. I pay around 1,744 Rand for insurance, and because I don't usually move that much, I fill this car full tank twice a month, and a full tank is around 1,100 Rand. So if I fill it twice a month, that means my monthly fuel cost is around 2,200 Rand. So this takes my monthly cost of ownership to around 10,989 Rand per month, which is roughly 11,000. Now, one of the reasons I decided to buy a Chery Tiggo 4 Pro over the Haval Jolion is because Haval did an evaluation of my car and they didn't bother to get back to me. Secondly, the Haval Jolion Luxury and the Super Luxury, which is what I was looking for, was priced over 400,000 and I wasn't keen on bridging that mark. This Chery Tiggo 4 Pro is just what I was looking for. An SUV which is practical, has a good engine, good quality interior, and most importantly, is relatively inexpensive for my budget. I'm not trying to convince anyone to buy the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, but in my opinion, I think this car offers more value for your money, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking to buy in this segment. It's not a perfect car by any means. There's an issue of fuel consumption and its polarizing look, but it does offer a good compromise between value and quality. And that is it from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. We'll meet again on our next video. I love you all. Until next time. Peace.